Hey guys, it's me, Mr. 250, and welcome back to 999. We're here at this decision where Junpei has slightly rigged the way this the system for choosing doors works. And we have the option of 1, 2, and 6. We've already seen 2, our first playthrough, and I'm not terribly interested in seeing it again. So we have the option of 1 and 6, and talking online again, to people in the comments, door 1 was probably a better choice, at least in this, at this point in the story. So we're going to go with door 1. I thought about it a little bit over the past few days. I am a little bit interested in door 1 because of the way the game worded it when I was editing. Junpei said, supposedly, according to Santa and Lotus, there was a door 1 here. And I mean, we don't really have a reason not to trust them, but then again, it said supposedly, and we haven't seen it, so it's a little curious, to say the least. So we're going to go with door 1. My choice is door 1. Santa was unconvinced. Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating? Cheating? I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted. That had nothing to do with it, I just wanted door 1. How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier. Let me see that. Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. So what did Junpei do? Ah, so he had more than one piece of paper. That's pretty sneaky. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although we'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers. Okay, sorry, quick cut there. He had prepared 3 pieces of paper for doors 1, 2, and 6, and put the paper with door 6 into the pot. He put a small mark on it, so he would know which one was his. He put the paper that said door 1 in his left hand, and the paper that read door 2 in his right. When the drawing began, he saw to it that he drew last. The rest was easy. If he wanted to go into door 1, he'd use his left hand, and his right hand if he wanted door 2. Of course, if he wanted door 6, that would be simple. All he needed to do was switch nothing, and say 6 is what he'd wanted all along. Pretty sneaky there, Mr. Junpei. Well, what does it say? He fought the urge to smirk. You got lucky. Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated. Very well, we've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself. Okay, that does make 1. Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams. June and I want door 6. Lotus and I want door 2. That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6. So if you add all of them, it equals 6, so I guess that works, and they'll be able to go a way that doesn't lead to the torture room, I'm assuming. I mean, it could. For all we know, it could. Everything could all lead to the torture room, but from what I know, it probably doesn't. Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. There's something sinister about it. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June? Well, June is at a loss for words. Lotus was not. That pig. You just wait and see. Her eyes were the eyes of a woman, prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine. I'm a little curious if she's actually going to do anything while we're apart. Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself. Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again, but this time it didn't sting quite so much. After all, he knew he would see her again. Oh, just remembered actually. I know this is another weird, inopportune time, but I wanted to take a look at some of the other places that we've seen, but haven't had a chance to look at. So that's the staircase. That's the first class cabin. Now, we've gotten some other maps that I haven't had a chance to look at yet. There's a C-deck staircase. Storage. What is storage? I might be wrong, but that looks a little bit like the place that we had the ending in the first playthrough, possibly. There's the large hospital room. That's the operating room that we didn't go in. There's the laboratory we did. And there's the shower room. And I think down one more deck. Now, they said it was burnt right here, which is kind of interesting. I'm wondering if where that burnt area is, if there's something suspicious going on there, possibly. Chapel. Interesting. Okay. It's a chapel on the ship. And we don't have a map for D deck because we can't go onto it. Okay. Well, let's keep going. I just wanted to take a quick look at it because I hadn't actually seen it for a while now. So I thought it would be kind of useful. Till we find that 9 door, 0 ain't gonna split us up. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we can't open door 9. That's how the non-re game works. This is a rather large ship, isn't it? Junpei, Ace, and Clover had headed towards A deck. They took out the Earth key and opened the door to the left. Interesting, so... do the doors not stay unlocked once you've unlocked them? Because... that one Jupiter door was unlocked, and we presumed it was... I mean, I'm talking about the first playthrough. We presumed it was because the other team unlocked it, but... I suppose we have no real knowledge, and maybe there's a button somewhere in the ship that unlocks all the doors. That could be a thing, and I never even thought about that. They took out... okay, they'd opened and they walked through. And there indeed is a one door, so that's kind of good. I was a little worried that maybe somebody had something up their sleeve, but I wasn't sure. At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 on it. A numbered door. To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was the red. Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel. Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned towards the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked life, shining brightly. Ace took hold of the lever. He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover. Are you ready? Shall I pull it? Yeah, anytime. Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head. Very well then, let's go. 3, 2, 1. And now starts the great race, yet again. Hopefully it's not too far away. The door opened. They stumbled into the room. And we're back to this again. Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. Oh, there it is. That's not too bad, actually. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died. There it is! Over there! Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it. They scan out really quickly on that, don't they? No, are you ready? You know, everyone's ready. Pull the lever. Of course, then again, the first are you ready is to make sure everyone's ready to run if need be, I guess. It stopped. Yes, it did. Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast. It was the third time they'd been through the process, but they had yet to grow accustomed to it. Not that Junpei wanted to. He planned to finish the game before he got a chance to let imminent death become commonplace. Which is kind of funny if you think about it. Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. So, what is this, like a map room or something? Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly. There was another door, different from the one they'd entered through. He took hold of the knob and easily, gently pulled it open. Oh, is this the captain? Well, I guess the captain's quarters is different from, like, the pilot seat area. I don't know boat terminology the best, at least not in this size of a boat. So, this is the wheelhouse? He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, then spoke. Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door. Very well. Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something. Okay, I will. Alright then. Let's get started. Alright, another escape section. To me it looks like there's quite a lot to search in here, actually. This one might be a little long-winded of a search for us. Seek a way out, like usual. This is that same music I think we heard in the, what's it called? Like, it was not Quarantine, it's like the confinement deck or whatever. Well, I was kind of hoping to see a look at what every room is like, but I guess that would be a bit much, wouldn't it? Well, let's just get looking. So, is that the door we came in, then? Junpei, are you trying to open that door? Forget it, it's pointless. I tried it earlier. It won't open. Okay. The dead is bolted to the wall here. Not that helpful. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh. Ship's log, huh? New material has been added to the file screen. Let's take a look at that really quick. Search. Ship's log is found in the chart room. Oh boy, there's a lot here. The following is written on the last page. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we headed south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time, and are now heading due north. Soon we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. I'm wondering if these different directions are important. I'm not going to write them down for now, but if they are important, I'll take a break later and write them down. So we need to keep that in mind. I guess that's it. Okay. Well, let's keep looking. The shelves are lined with books. Looks like they all have something to do with sailing. None of these look very useful. Okay. It's a wooden box. Maybe a case for letters? Hey, Clover, you ever write letters? Nothing. Thanks, Clover, you're a real help. Ooh, a pocket watch. Now that is, according to the pocket watch, I don't know if that's important or if it's just a, just a watch, but it is 10, 5, and 39 seconds. I'm not sure if that's important, but we'll remember that if it is important. That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much. And she just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. Well, her brother did literally get exploded all over the walls. A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch. Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it? He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch. Hey man, what are you doing over in this room? Oh, I just thought I'd come to check on the two of you. Is there a problem? Not a problem, but Junpei looked desperately around the room, anywhere but at Ace, trying to find a convincing reason to dismiss him. Why are you trying to dismiss him? What's wrong? Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face. Oh ho, I see, of course. He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover. I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. Did I miss something there? For no reason he could fathom, Junpei's head began to hurt. A sharp, piercing pain. A sharp pain, in his head. How much time passed, he wasn't sure. But he did notice when Ace strode through the door. What happened? His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent. Ah, yes. There was something I wanted to check, if you don't mind. Yeah, what's that? Pardon me. With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest. Hey! What the heck are you doing? He reached for Ace's arm. But it was already too late. In the older man's hands were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket. Yep. Ace seems like a smart guy. I bet he figured it out. Just as I thought. You switched to them, didn't you? When we voted. Ah, well, I can't say I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief. Why did you... Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it. Ace smiled, and gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. That was weird. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense. Okay. So, did that... I don't think that meant anything. I think that was just sort of Ace's intuition. Of course, it could be saying something about Ace and how attentive he is to things, possibly. The right drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. The left drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. A chair. Clover isn't very talkative. She looks kind of out of it. Is she thinking about Snake? You know, now that I think about it, not about Clover, of course, but maybe that was supposed to show that Ace is extremely attentive to things, even though, and Junpei thought he got away with it, but... And another thing, Ace said, do you want to know why I want door 1? But we cut him off. I'm kind of curious now why he wanted door 1. Like, did he know something that the rest of us didn't about this area? Maybe? So we have a map here. This map looks weird. What is it? It's a map of the world, but with the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. It probably looks weird because you're not used to seeing it that way. I never thought about this. You know, I try not to be a, I try not to think of myself as a, what's the best word for it? I don't know the word for it, but whenever you think your country is the greatest, I really try not to. Because I know that's kind of a dumb idea. It really is. But I usually imagine North America being in the center of the map, or a map looking kind of like this. But that's just because of what I've been raised as, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of a weird way to say it, and I'm phrasing it very poorly. But my point I'm trying to get here is, do you think, because this game was made in Japan, of course, do you think that a map of the world from Japan might have Japan in the middle? Maybe that's why it looks weird? Not sure. But I'm curious about these dots. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There's something on it. They're dots. Okay, so I can't click the dots, even if I actually click the dots. It's a light. Well, I guess she doesn't really feel like talking. She's not really paying attention to anything, is she? Her mind must be somewhere else. Maybe thinking about the splattered remains of her brother. I have no idea. A light. It looks kind of like a wilted flower. Maybe Clover knows that Snake has the thing about lights. A chair. A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. Now, these drawers are interesting. A stack of nautical charts. Okay. It looks like to me... it kind of looks like they have a route marked on there. I think this is a nautical chart. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. There are these dots all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports, like for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. So I imagine that will be useful maybe in the other room. There's nothing left in the drawer, and I guess that's the only drawer that anything could be in. So we've searched this room over. Let's try this room now. And I'm going to take a look at the overhead view here. Oh, no, that's the digital route. For the calculator. So we have a wheelhouse. What is that? Oh. A lock for a stop for the watch. Looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shape indentation in it. Huh? This shape. Maybe. It does look a lot like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. So maybe we need to spin it to the right time, I don't know. And, okay, so that's the door we came in. Now I've got a basic idea of what the rooms look like. There's a wheel there. There's also, wait. Am I looking at different sides of the wheel, or are there two wheels? Is that normal to have two wheels on a ship? I don't think so. Unless there's more controls in a larger ship than I previously thought. What is this? Some kind of display? It looks like an air vent. It looks a little bit like an electronic scoreboard. I imagine it was added recently. Okay. The helm. Well, steering wheel might be a little more appropriate term. Okay. The thing won't budge. Feels like there's something keeping it in place. What would be the point of moving it? The ship has stopped. What would be the use of steering it? Yeah, I know. Still. Are these mirrors or windows? There's another room on the other side of the window. Oh. Oh, I see. So this is... Okay, so what I thought was us turning around the room more and seeing another steering wheel is in fact a room in front of this room. Why would they need two steering wheels? I wonder. Is it kind of like the system of, that they use on aircraft today, where they have a pilot and a co-pilot, maybe? It's kind of an odd system. I don't really know much about the Titanic other than very general knowledge facts. I don't know, maybe if there was a system like that on board. Now, what is this? A compass. Oh, okay. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. But, okay, I was wondering if maybe we needed to use the measurements of the compass to help us figure out what time it needed to be. There's another room over there. A desk. Anything in the drawers? Nope. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. Alright, let's check the other room. What is this? I can't quite read the text on it. I can't tell if it's blurred or if it's just the low resolution of the DS, but I think this might be like a speed or a temperature gauge, maybe? An engine order telegraph. They use this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. I see. Like the gear shift in a car? Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it, which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. You're right, there isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed, so maybe we need to find a handle and put it back on. That seems like it would be a rather sensible idea. A steering wheel. There are handles placed at regular intervals so that it's easy to turn. Old school. Hey, a handle? Wait, can we take a handle off of that maybe? A steering wheel. Let's see if it... Whoa! Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship. It's moving. Ha! Tricked you, didn't I? Ah, dang April Fool's jokes! The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Oh, okay. I don't know where we want to turn it. Oh, we can stop it at any point. Okay. Trying to see if I can stop it at the halfway point. Okay, yeah, so we can stop it at 8 different directions. I'm not sure what any of those would do for us. But it looks like... It looks like we can fully spin the compass. Now, once again, I'm not quite sure what that would do for us, but if we find more clues, I'm sure maybe we could figure out a possible use for it. A compass. Looks like it's connected to the helm. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Ah, human hammer. They're often used to subdue large men like Seven. What? That was a joke, of course. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ace, you really suck at making jokes. Sounds a lot like Junpei, doesn't he? That was rather cruel. Okay. And this looks like it used to be windows to see out of the ship, but they've been bolted over. Metal plates bolted over the windows. Heck, not just bolted. Looks like they've been welded on. No way are we going to get those off anytime soon. Okay, so the only clues we have are, we have a watch. We have navigational notes. We have a broken compass. We have a little spot we can put a watch into, but it needs to be adjusted. There's a scoreboard here. I would think the first way maybe we need to do this... We're trying to open the ship's log. There we go. Okay. I'm thinking maybe what we need to do here is we need to, because we have the compass, that's our only real method of telling anything. So maybe we need to follow these instructions listed here to get us, to solve a puzzle. So I'm going to try that next time, and we'll see if that works. But we are out of time for today, so we're going to stop for today. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And we will continue our search of the wheel room, I believe they called it, next time. It'll be lots of fun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!